Hey, Staff Sergeant Higgins, go ahead.
At this time, Mrs. Laura Armstrong is presenting a bouquet of flowers to Mrs. Cindy Stoutenbourough in appreciation of her selfless service and support for the Marine Corps School of Artillery and her husband's profession. Flowers are also being delivered to his daughter Abby and a gift to his granddaughter Nyla. In keeping with a Fort Sill tradition, Mrs. Stoutenbourough is reciprocating with a gift of carrots and apples for the horses and ardent spirits for the soldiers. Mrs. Armstrong is presenting a bouquet of flowers to Mrs. Maria Schweers, welcoming the Schweers family to the Marine Corps School of Artillery family and to the Lawton Fort Sill community. In 1969, the Lawton Fort Sill chapter of the Association of the United States Army, together with businesses and civic leaders of the local community, purchased the first 8 matched bay horses for the formation of a permanent half section. Through the continual support of the Lawton Fort Sill community, the great tradition of horse-drawn artillery will be kept alive for years to come. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the Commanding General of Training Command, Major General Anthony Henderson, welcome to the Marine Corps School of Artillery Change of Command Ceremony, where Colonel Jared W. Stoutenbourough will relinquish command to Colonel Ryan W. Schweers. The reviewing officer for today's ceremony is Brigadier General Adolfo Garcia. The commander of troops for today's ceremony is Major Ryan Fortress.
Down! Fall in!
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the invocation to be delivered by Army Chaplain Major Christopher Yearly. I'd like you to pray with me.
O Lord, we give thanks for this day. We thank you for the calling placed upon those who serve in uniform, for the courage instilled in the hearts of Marines, and for the enduring spirit of leadership that has guided Colonel Jared Stoutenbourough during his tenure of command at the Marine Corps School of Artillery. Thank you for the gifts and talents you have bestowed upon Colonel Stoutenbourough, equipping him for the high calling of leading Marines. Through seasons of challenge and triumph, through moments of doubt and certainty, you have been present, strengthening his resolve, sharpening his vision, and holding his actions. We are grateful for his devotion to duty, his steadfastness in adversity, and his care for those he has led. Especially thanks to his family, whose love and support have undergirded his every step. Bless them for the sacrifices they have made and for the strength they have shown as they transition to their next place of service. This morning we lift to you a new leader, Colonel Brian Schweers. May the same spirit of selfless service, humility, and courage guide him as he leads with wisdom, compassion, and unwavering dedication to the welfare of those in his charge. We ask that you would shield our Marines from harm, guard them in their missions, and return them safely to their loved ones. May their service contribute to the cause of peace, justice, and freedom throughout the world. In your name we pray. Amen.
Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated.
Take your post.
Present-day reviews in the Marine Corps have their basis in both historical and tradition. The mass formation of troops on one long line at close interval made possible the massing of firepower from muzzle-loaded muskets of yesterday. In those early days, the line of battle was just that, a line of 2 or 3 ranks, and looked much like the parade formation you will see today. The adjutant forms the line for battle. The adjutant for today's ceremony is Captain Keith.
Sound attention! Sound adjutant call!
Forward. March.
Forward. Puck. Sirs. Halt. Forward. Puck. Puck to staff.
Now taking his position in the reviewing area is the reviewing officer, Brigadier General Adolfo Garcia.
Present! Arms! Staff, present arms.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the presentation of honors to Brigadier General Adolfo Garcia.
Staff, order arms. Order! Arms!
Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. Now taking his position in the reviewing area is the commanding officer of the Marine Corps School of Artillery, Colonel Jared W. Stoutenbourough.
Present arms! Staff, present arms. Staff, order arms. Order! Arms! Sergeant Major, deliver the colors to the commanding officer.
Ladies and gentlemen, we now come to the ceremony for a solemn moment, the actual passing of command. The battle colors of a Marine Corps unit symbolize the authority and accountability of command. Transferring the colors during the ceremony symbolizes the relinquishing of command by Colonel Stoutenbourough. By accepting the colors, Colonel Schweers accepts command and confirms his total commitment to the Marines and sailors that he will command. Sergeant Major Schweers is delivering the colors to the commanding officer.
Staff, present arms.
From Commandant of the Marine Corps to Colonel Jared W. Stoutenbourough. Subject, relinquishment of command, effective 10 July 2025. You will stand attached as the commanding officer of the Marine Corps School of Artillery, Fort Sill, Oklahoma. Signed, Eric A. Smith, General, United States Marine Corps, Commandant of the Marine Corps. From Commandant of the Marine Corps to Colonel Ryan W. Schweers. Subject, assumption of command. Effective 10 July 2025. You are appointed as the commanding officer of the United States Marine Corps School of Artillery, Fort Sill, Oklahoma. Signed, Eric A. Smith, General, United States Marine Corps, Commandant of the Marine Corps.
Officer to be decorated in all colors. Center, march. Detail. Halt. Sir, officer to be decorated in all colors. Present.
The command.
Aye, sir. Present arms. Staff, present arms.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the presentation of colors and awards.
Order. Arms. Order! Arms!
The President of the United States takes pleasure in presenting the Legion of Merit Gold Star in lieu of Second Award to Colonel Jared W. Stoutenbourough, United States Marine Corps, for service as set forth in the following. For exceptionally meritorious conduct in the performance of outstanding service as Commanding Officer, Marine Corps School of Artillery, Training Command, from July 2023 to July 2025. During this period, Colonel Stoutenbourough implemented transformative changes, established critical processes in the absence of formal advocacy, and reorganized the command to align with the Commandant of the Marine Corps Division of Force Design. Under his leadership, the command achieved groundbreaking success in modernizing learning environments, enhancing training resources, and continuing the revision of training and readiness standards for all 0800 military occupational specialties. His technical acumen and experience as a senior colonel in the artillery community, coupled with his steadfast focus on mission success, ensured over 2,200 Marines were better prepared for the evolving challenges of combined arms operations within the Fleet Marine Force and in joint and multinational environments. Colonel Stoutenbourough modernized training for cannoneer, fire direction, and fire support communities, increasing mission readiness and lethality across the community, while his input and strategic guidance to the Artillery Operational Advisory Group shaped the future of the artillery community, driving modernization and addressing critical capability gaps. Colonel Stoutenbourough's professionalism, perseverance, and loyal dedication to duty reflected great credit on him and were in keeping with the highest traditions of the Marine Corps and United States Naval Service. For the President, signed, Eric M. Smith, Commandant of the Marine Corps. Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated.
Parade! Rest! Staff, parade, rest!
Ladies and gentlemen, Brigadier General Adolfo Garcia.
Can you all hear? Can you hear me? Nope.
Can you hear me now? All right. Hey, Commander Troops, can you put the Marines at rest for me? Good morning, everybody. On behalf of Commanding General for Marine Corps Training Command, General Henderson, I just want to extend a warm welcome to everybody here. It is an absolute great day to be here with you today. First of all, you know, we have outgoing artillery, which is always good, better than incoming artillery. And so it's great. You got to smell a little bit of cordite here. It's also a great day because I'm outside the Pentagon and I'm wearing a uniform that I don't typically get to wear, so it's a great day. It's a great day because I know and have served with both of these gentlemen that are here at the change of command. And then it's also just a great day just to be here with all the friends, families, former commanders, old friends that I haven't seen in a while. Just truly a great day to be with you. I have an affinity for Fort Sill, this post.
in this schoolhouse. And I'll tell you, when I first came in the Marine Corps, I was going to serve 4 years in the Marine Corps, and I was going to get out, and I was going to go be a civil engineer in Texas. And when I got here, that's where I really started to fall in love with the Marine Corps. And I was fortunate, and then also I would just add that you fall in love with the Marine Corps here, doing artillery stuff. I had to pinch myself that I was getting paid to shoot things and blow up things. And then you get out to the operating forces, which is the Fleet Marine Force, and you get the privilege and the honor to really kind of lead and to serve with what represents best in America, and that's our young men and women that raise their right hand and volunteer to serve. And so when I came back here, I was honored and I was fortunate to become an instructor back here. I remember at the end of my instructor tour, just right over here, I distinctly remember that day, over there at 517 Lower North Lauman, sitting down with my spouse Terry and telling her if she'd be all right with me just to serve it in the Marine Corps as long as I could serve, as long as they would have me. We agreed upon that, and so that's just a long way of telling you that I'm really happy to be here with you today, and I'm really happy to be able to represent Training Command and the Marine Corps to preside over this ceremony. I will also say that since I was an instructor back here, a lot of things have changed, and I'll get to some of that. But one thing that hasn't changed is the deep partnership and the relationship with the Army. And I want to personally thank all the Army leadership that's here, current leadership and also past leadership. Thank you for your teamwork and your support that you've given to your Marines here. It is the gold standard of a tenant relationship that we have in the Marine Corps, and we can't do it without your support. So thank you very much for all that you do to support your Marines. I will say that a lot has changed as well. So when I was instructor here, we had one weapon system in Marine artillery. It was the M1 908 155 medium towed howitzer. It was just a beast. And our artillery doctrine really closely mirrored what the Army artillery doctrine was. And some would say that we essentially were a second land army, and we were also be able to do some of the things that the Army is able to do and really interchange. But this current administration and two administrations ago, they tasked the Marine Corps to focus on the Pacific. And they tasked the Marine Corps to get back to its maritime roots. And so that's what we've been doing over the last 6 years. We talked a little bit about it during Jared's award, where he talked about force design. But really for the last 6 years, the Marine Corps has been modernizing. And I will say that the artillery community in particular has been at the forefront of that modernization. And arguably the most significant changes of the Marine Corps have been right here with this artillery community. And so I just amazed and just really impressed of all the work that has been done with the artillery community in its adaptability and its agility to be able to change. And all that comes with good leadership. And so I've had the opportunity to serve with Colonel Stoutenbourough before. He's a good friend, and I've just been impressed with all that he's done throughout the years. And he was the right Marine at the right time for the right job to come in here, establish a vision, and really try to balance, preparing Marines for the current fight, but also looking towards the future fight. And he's done a great job of that. And I know Jared and also Cindy, thank you for what you've all done here. I know this place is going to miss you. And so the Stoutenbouroughs are going back to Northern Virginia. He's going to go to Quantico. And he's going to take all those experiences that he's had, specifically in the Pacific and also training Marines. And he's going to come up with a plan and a strategy to train all Marines in the Marine Corps when he's there at our Training and Education Command. And Jared, thanks for what you did here, and looking forward to you to continue to serve as a senator in the Marine Corps. But he leaves the artillery school in great hands. And so I've also had an opportunity to serve with Colonel Brian Schweers. If it was just for a short time, I was a battalion commander, and Brian came in as a battery commander, and we served overlap. And I always wanted to serve with him again, but didn't get an opportunity. but I've watched from afar what Brian has done. And Brian's coming from the Joint Staff, and he probably can't talk about anything that he did on the Joint Staff there because his job was one of those crazy jobs. But if he was able to tell you what he was able to do on the Joint Staff, you would say, wow, we really do that. So Brian just got a sterling reputation, and he is the right Marine at the right time for this job. And I know he's going to continue to advance and build on what the Stoutenbouroughs have built here. And Maria, it's great seeing you. Thank you for your support. It's been a long time, but it's always great seeing you again. And thank you for everything that you do in supporting Brian. I'll say that to the Marines out there, you all look magnificent. And on behalf of my boss, the Commandant of the Marine Corps, I want to thank you for what you do, and I want to thank you for what you're going to do. And so just, you look great, and thank you for the time here today. Semper Fidelis.
Ladies and gentlemen, Colonel Derek Stoutenbourough.
Yeah, I'm prone to go off script a little bit. First thing I know to do is thank God for all of this. It's magnificent. And Mother Nature as a supporting element today, I think we did okay. I was joking with a couple people. You know, we held this at 10 and not 08 because we really wanted to test out who our true friends are. Right? I think 1,300 probably would have been the magic line. I think there'd been a front row and that's it. So I just want to publicly thank everybody that came through here. I'll lump you together, but it's not a prioritized thing. It's not how much I love you and appreciate you. It's just a way to get this done smartly. And Nyla's nodding approval, so I think I'm in a good spot. For all the general officers that are here today and your command sergeant majors and your teams, and most of you, you understand that, what the Marine relationship is here. I think I've heard all of your stories about your times in the Marine Corps or, your experience when you went through, your Marine gunnery instructor shaped, how it is you think about artillery. And believe me, I love hearing that. And I knew from my predecessors that this was a special relationship and that throughout FCO, you had to embrace it, you had to integrate quickly, and you had to leverage as the general articulated, the gold standard for joint integration. And I firmly believe that. I have believed that the whole time I'm here. So I thank you and all your command teams, my fellow brigade commanders, and all your teams. You're special too. You embraced, you tolerated some of the, the Marine Corps isms that I would throw your way. But I hope you felt the love when I did it. I really do. We do believe we're superior, and I'm not going to shy away from that. I just try to live up to it every day. But it's all good. To some of our community, our special leaders, probably one person I do at least want to highlight, Mayor Stan Booker. Since we put you in the sun, I wanted to give you a little shout out. But, you're inclined and prone to tell everybody and you talk about there's some kind of wonderful. And when I'm going to use gold standard one more time, and I'm going to tell you that in my 32 years in the Marine Corps, this has been the gold standard for Marine Corps community relations, and that starts with you. And I really appreciate it. And that also, Councilwoman Booker Hankins, I know she couldn't make it today, but she's also got a special place in me and Cindy's heart. And I did not wear my I Love Lawton, but I might take a photo of myself in the Quantico Exchange with that on my civilian attire, and I'll send it to you. I really will. General Garcia, you hit on our relationship. I just think it means the world to everybody to have you, take the time out of your busy schedule. I know you got to brief the Commandant tomorrow, so that says something. General Brooks once said, the former FCO commander once said, we appreciate people getting to Lawton because it's not on the way to anything, right? You have to deliberately find a way to get here, and you voted with your feet today. And it seems like yesterday we were trying to get all vehicles up the hill at Camp Pendleton, and just doing live fire exercises and the like. So I echo your sentiment. I've enjoyed watching you, even though you were next to the Commandant for some of that. So I stayed arm's length away from you, but I was always, the friendship has been real true to me. And me and Cindy really value your presence here today, along with all these Marines, so thank you for that. I'm trying to figure out who to do next. but I'm going to get them both in a short order, but not out of the love for them, as I said earlier. My family, and all those that are streaming. I think my oldest daughters may be watching, and those grandsons. Make no mistake about it, it's wonderful to have Nyla here, and Abby and Randy, Linda. I said this to the CG, but you know, I'll tell everybody, when young Marines ask me why I joined the Marine Corps, and I talk about Grandpa Bob, World War II veteran in Pellew, and he's not here, he hasn't been with us for quite some time, but he's been with me the whole time I've served the Marine Corps, and having you here is a nice representation of Grandpa. So thanks for being here for that. And if you're, those folks that are streaming, I'm not sure if you can hear me, but I do really appreciate everything. And anybody that heard Nyla cry when the booms went off, those were crying. I was crying as a joy. Because I got to be honest with you, I started to tear up a little bit too, because that sound, as General Garcia alluded to, that sound is special. And most of you in the crowd recognize that. It doesn't tug at your heartstrings. So I would offer a hearty thanks to the Fire and the Salute Battery out there. I've already said a little bit to the battery CO and some of those soldiers. They're an awesome addition to this ceremony and to what we do here. Now the crown jewel, I've already said my goodbyes, my thank yous and all that. I'll just tell you all, I've seen a few of the rehearsals. If you haven't been to an 8th and I parade, now you have a starting point, a reference point. These Marines, boy, they really brought it. I know, Sergeant Major, you got to be really proud of them. Yeah? And I thank you much for everything, and you know that. It's been an honor and a privilege to serve with you and serve as your commanding officer and represent the United States Marine Corps and represent you everywhere I went. Whether it was to a ceremony or a Walmart, I always knew I wanted to make you proud, and I will continue to do that, and I know that you'll do the same for the Marine Corps and all the families and those two namesakes. I feel like I'm forgetting somebody. Perhaps I am. Yeah, I never heard the end of it, but Cindy, you're the one that you make everything better. There's a reason why all these spouses are in the crowd today. And there's also a reason why I enjoy what I do, and it's because of you. And I thank you so much. I'm looking forward. Thanks for letting us go to Quantico and do 2 more years. I'm hoping that we'll get to finally do what we say and make some trips home and spend some time with the family. But all of that is just such a blessing because you're in my life, and I thank you for that. So, last thing, customary, kind of your war notes. I'm coming at you, Brian. We're so pleased and so happy to have you and Maria as part of taking this, running with it. You'll notice that award, that wasn't about me, that was a unit award. That was absolutely a unit award. And what Brian and I have chatted about a lot is, you inherit excellence, how do you continue to empower excellence and let the Marines thrive. And Brian and Maria, it's been a pleasure this small amount of time getting to know you a little bit, and we hope we can stay in touch. And then, Sergeant Major Shooter, you're the last one because you've been my running mate for 2 years. And you're not that emotional, but you are what Cindy and I refer to as the GOAT. You really are. I've seen a lot of sergeants major, and you just, I'm so tired of hearing people come up to me and just tell me like, oh, it must be nice having a Sergeant Major Shooter. And I say that in jest. You're awesome. And I'm looking forward to the invite to your retirement. I'm looking forward to you and Kelly enjoying that little house down there in Texas, maybe getting an invite to it when we come back. And you're a special man, and every Marine behind me and every Marine that's ever passed through the Marine School of Artillery knows it. So I'm just kind of putting those last 3 on equal footing. And thank you so much for everything you've done, brother, no doubt. Okay, Brian, I'm going to hand this over, and I'm just going to tell everybody Semper Fi and God bless, and I look forward to sharing some chow with you a little bit later. Hoorah.
Yeah, I wasn't as short as I thought I was going to be.
Ladies and gentlemen, the commanding officer of the Marine Corps School of Artillery, Colonel Brian Schweers.
Hey, good morning, everybody. General Garcia, just thanks for coming out here. Having an artillery general officer come out here that I served with previously just makes this day that much more special and truly appreciate it. distinguished guests, fellow brigade commanders, really just eager to meet everybody because there is a lot of people to meet in this huge community. And then just looking forward to working with everyone as we try to better aid the fires, the garrison, and the installation and the local community together. The former commanders. I was actually surprised how many former commanders came here, and it's actually a really true testament to actually how special this place is, and I just want to let you know that it is actually a true honor to be part of that strong lineage, and again, full effort on my part, won't let you down. Keep the guy on going. So Major Studer, where you at? You the man. Hey, Smooth Battery and the half section, you guys just bring every ceremony to that next level, and again, appreciate the support today. Thank you very much. Jared and Cindy, thank you so much for all the work that you put towards the schoolhouse to set it up in a very strong position. You really set up me and Maria for success. And again, thank you for everything you did for our transition. We really appreciate it, and we wish you two the very best. The Marines and sailors of Marine Corps School of Artillery, again, thank you for all your hard work and effort for this ceremony. Really appreciate it. Your reputation precedes you. Again, I am truly, truly honored to serve you as your commanding officer. I look forward to taking you guys to the next level. Family and friends, I just love you guys. Thank you so much. Last but not least, Maria, I say my daily blessings for you to have as you as my wife. Every day I thank the God for you. I'm not the man nor I'd be standing up here without you, with your strength, with your persistence, and your stubbornness at times. You're our strength. You truly are. I love you, man. Again, thank you so much for coming out here and supporting us. Semper Fidelis.
At this time, Grade 2 is requesting that all former Marine Corps School of Artillery commanding officers in attendance today join them in the reviewing area.
Forward! March! Got it. Take it on the left foot. Welcome to the club. You'll appreciate it one of these days. Get some back.
today's ceremony is Major Ryan Poitras.
Eyes! Right!
The battery commander for the Marine Battery is Captain Matthew Franzoya.
Eyes! Right!
The officer in charge of the Marine Artillery Officer Basic Force is Major Jeffrey Reed.
Eyes! Right!
The color sergeant for the Marine Corps School of Artillery is Sergeant Sidney Schweers.
Eyes! Right!
The officer in charge of the enlistment school is Major Andrew Richards. Chief of Section for the N777, Sergeant Jose Soliano. The Chief of Section for 1149 High is Staff Sergeant Christopher Edwards.
Eyes! Right!
The Riding Section, Chief for the Artillery Half Section is Mrs. Laura Armstrong.
Ready! Run! We can stand up here and sing or go back to our seats. We can go back to our seats.
I'll just sit up right here by myself. Oh, man. Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the playing of Anchors Away and the singing of the Marines hymn.
Sir, this concludes today's ceremony.
Dismiss the staff.
Aye, sir. Staff, dismissed.
Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes today's ceremony. On behalf of the Commanding General of Training Command, Major General Anthony Henderson,